Welcome back with another episode of our Satisfactory playthrough. Today, we're going to go locate our friendly power slugs so that we can research them in the MAM to get some power shards, underclocking, overclocking. We're going to rework our iron factory so that we have each node dedicated to our starter production. We can bump those numbers up. All setting the groundwork to get all of our items automated so that we can get started on our full production and massive power plant. Let's get it. All right, let's get started. So first thing we're going to do is we are going to look for some power slugs. I have made a object scanner which will allow us to find them. I need to pick one up first. Actually, there is one there. So let's go grab that so we can start our research on power shards, steel beams, and the winner or the name is Dwight. So our first lizard doggo will be named Dwight. Dwight the lizard doggo. Power, we're going to be to a point where we can expand that out because we're fully backed up, so we should be able to easily add more. But in our preparation for going to coal power, we're going to have to add a little bit more to the rotor production. We're going to have to start making modular frames. So we might have to up our reinforced iron plates as well to support both.
This semi-slug species seems to persist entirely through absorbing and storing energy from its surroundings. Studying this could provide new methods for improving fix-it production line efficiency. Research it in the MAM to establish classification and potential application.
So let's go research this, and that should open up our ability to scan for it. But we also need to get copper sheet production made. And now, since we have the Mark II belts, we're going to be doing a rework of our iron production so far. Make it a little bit more efficient and then try and itemize it a little better. So instead of having all of the nodes kind of producing similar items, we're going to try and see if we can get one node producing enough to make just rotors. One node producing enough to make reinforced iron sheets. And then we'll probably have another node making modular frames. With enough luck, we can have it so that we're producing all those items, but we're also producing the basic items enough to supply just basic building. After we get some power shards, I think that's what we're gonna probably start on, is redoing that. All in preparation to get coal power.
This semi-slug, now dubbed power slug, is early in its life cycle and has retained only part of its potential energy storage capacity, giving it its blue color. Power slugs are capable of extracting latent energy from their surroundings, including through a form of photosynthesis, and preserve it in their porous semi-crystalline shell over their lifetime. This explains why they rarely move after having found a suitable location.
Interesting. The backstory to the power slug. Now we should be able to scan it.
Power slugs extract latent energy from their surroundings to sustain themselves.
Then we'll be unlocking
By tuning the
overclocking,
object
which will help
scanner
us
to the
play around
particular
with
potential energy
production
signature,
levels.
It is now able to locate them against the background environmental static.
All right, let's go hunting. We got one hit that way. We're going on an adventure. Oh no. Ah, we're good. Oh, that's a big one. I wonder if this is picking up the, yeah, it's picking up this one. Fortunately, can't get that one yet. Alright, let's see where else we can get some. I know there's hundreds of them throughout the entire northern forest area. Oh. There's a lizard dog over there too. We'll get more of those eventually. Are you kidding me? Another one that's blocked. We can nab it. Spiders. Where's this one? Is there a cave? I don't know. Is there a cave here? There is. Oh no. Now is not the time for the coffee mug. Alright, there is a cave there. We're going to do something dangerous. Ooh, a purple one. That's a big one. That one we get a lot more power shards out of. Let's see what else is in here. Oh, nothing. Okay. There's one this way. This really comes in handy, especially when you get to the point where you can scan for hard drives. There he is. Oh. Alright, that's gonna be one of those. So today, I was hoping to be able to start coal production, but I forgot about modular frames. Forgot about the modular frames, and I don't have any yet. We could kind of handcraft them, but it's something we're going to need a ton of. I think I want to get the groundworks ready so that we can just jump right into it. Must be up the hill. Can't go around this way. a geyser. More bacon. Oh yeah, I see him over there. One thing that would be just terrifying for them to add be some sort of a like water creature. We can use these to make into power shards, which will allow us to... What was that? Like slid down the side. Use these to bump up our production numbers, but I believe it's up to 250%. But at the same time allows us to underclock, which is pretty important if you're going for more of an efficiency level. All right, that should be a pretty good chunk for our research tree. We do need to make one into a power shard to unlock overclocking and underclocking. Otherwise, the rest of them, they're going to be great for just making into power shards. Me through. Stop by Dwight here, see if he had a productive trip as well. He did. Oh, we can't unlock the purple one until we unlock the yellow one. We just need to make this into a power shard. The craft bench actually right here. So this will be great. We have power shards researched. I'm thinking we're just going to have to dive right into this. Because like we're producing, but as you can see, we're more backed up than we're not. So we need to kind of readjust this layout here. So what I'll do first is I'll hit it with the tear down. I will check back with you when I'm done with that. All right, so we have it all torn down. And what we're going to do, I'm going to try something I don't normally do. We're going to see how it works. So we have 3 pure iron nodes. We have 3 basic iron products. What we're going to do is have each node be dedicated to making one product. This first one will only be producing iron rods, only be producing iron sheets, only be producing screws. And then we'll have those into containers. And then from those containers is when we will route them into producing rotors, reinforced iron plates, and modular frames. I think that'll be highest production level that we can do right now. I think we're going to try that. So we're going to need 120. We can smelt 30 per smelter. We're going to need 4 smelters. So 4 smelters. Producing 120 iron ingots. Constructor, that takes, we can have 2 constructors per smelter. We just need to position this in a way. We're gonna have to do some verticality here. I think what we'll do is we'll have the outer 2 produce the lower level. Dude. Move it over one. And I think actually let's rework this so that these we can put 1 per square. We just move that down a little bit. We want this one having the input from the side. Like so. And like that. Leaving enough room for our conveyor lifts on these other 2. So let's build up a wall. Let's see if we can get up there. Are we able to climb up to the top of this one? No, we are not. Get out of here, Jelly Bean. I like to get stuck. With Dwight quick. Oh, heat sinks. Let's sink our heat sinks quick. You can get a couple more coupons. All right. Maybe we go up one more wall. Yeah. Now we're starting to look like a factory. And this will allow us to build more up here with the other 2. So we have our structures underneath here. Let's build a staircase down. Just so we can jump on it. Our conveyor lifts. We're going to need to put ours in that corner. I believe. Yeah, we do. Snap that to there. And this will be in this corner. These help out a ton with making things just look clean. We're technically clipping through, but we're not. We'll have our 2 going up. We'll have 4 up top as well. We'll be producing... We should be producing 120 iron rods per minute. Just off of this node. So then these we can produce another 4. Supply another 4 rather. So 60 up, 60 down, 120 total. That's without overclocking. And what we'll do is we'll merge all these onto one belt. There we go. Add power. We'll get this one cooking. We can preload. We can preload these actually. Alright, so now we should be producing 120 iron rods per minute off of just this factory. Like for here, we could take 40 of those to make go towards 8 rotors per minute. I mean, we're still super pumping these out. Alright, so next we'll be making just iron sheets. And we'll get started on that one. So same thing, 4 smelters. We'll get the groundwork laid out because it'll probably be the exact same layout. Other than I don't think it's 2. I think it's only 1 to 1. Yeah. So it's 1 to 1. So I will be back when we get that all set up. Alright. So we have our 4 smelters producing our iron ingots. I wonder. That's why. I was gonna say, I'm like, why are they stopping? So we have our 4 smelters producing iron ingots. That looks better. Which are being sent over to 4 constructors, producing a total of 80 iron plates. Then pump into these containers. Then this portion will be able to do our next step production, like rotors, reinforced iron plates, just by pulling some from these containers. We'll be pulling at a slightly less rate than having a dedicated, so it's 100%. So for right now, because eventually we'll end up having dedicated plants for just making these. But that's iron rods and iron plates cleaned up, being produced, and we're doing so with a higher production rate, but also not using up nearly as much space. We are a little tight on space still, but the real kicker is going to be this one, which will be the screw production. So we can have 4 smelters again. The one thing that stays consistent. We'll be able to run I haven't toyed around with the Satisfactory calculator, but I think that would really help in this situation. A lot of my build style, especially for like during streams, is kind of throw it all down, then look at it and see, I don't like that, or I think I can make that work. So as we get further in our playthrough here on YouTube, I think I'm going to do a little bit more of a sit down and try and get better at doing a better plan for the builds. Just to help ensure that it moves smoothly during recording. There we go. Now we can run splitters on this. All right. We got power run to that one already. Get out of here. Okay, more iron ingots. Only problem is we're going to be running into a power issue here, I think. Oh, we still got 100 megawatts to go, so we should be good. Need be, I'll just throw on a couple more burners. But this is all in preparation to get our coal plant going. I just want to get the items created that we're going to be using to build. I want to have to. I don't mind going back and rebuilding, but it's when I overlook an item, like, oh shoot, I'm not making modular frames. That's gonna be a big ticket here later. So now we're producing 30 per minute. Our instructors with our cast screw recipe Takes 12.5 per minute. So 120 divided by 12.5. We'll be able to get 9 full burn or constructors going for screws with 0.6 in the last one. We're going to want to make 10 of these. I think let's make a little bit more room over here, huh? So let's get constructors going. We're going to do a 5 and 5. Now remember, there is a way to make this even split 5. I don't remember what it is. I got a ladder. I think we did. Yeah, we did buy ladders. We'll get some more constructors. These are all going to be making half screws, so we are going to be set on screw production. Yeah. So I think what we'll do, we're just going to continue with just 2 manifold systems. We'll have the 2 supplying the lower portion, and we'll have 2 supplying the upper portion. I'm leaving enough room so if I need to go back through here and kind of redo this again, enough room to do so. So the last, I suppose we don't need that there. The last 2 are going to be a 0.3 underclocking. 30%. So we'll be able to make 9 full 0.6. Is that right? If we split it in half, it'll be 4.3. That math isn't right. $4.8. Okay. So we want 4 and then this at 0.8. That looks better. All right, so then we will merge. We're gonna need power. think I have to set the recipe on these still. I do. Perfect. The lower portion should be filling. Just gonna have them continue to fill. Get up top. Let's get this part. Then we'll take a lift. The upper deck. In which we'll run another manifold system. I like to run a higher belt than needed for the main branch of the manifold, just to get product moving to the next tier faster. Alright, so that should be all set. We need... Did we get these ones? Alright, so those look like they're set. All right. We just have to underclock this one to 0.8. So this one will require less. And we're just going to have to let this kind of... The thing with the manifold is you have to let it, even if we have... So like we're making the exact amount we need to make this happen. But with the manifold, you have to let it stock. If you don't let it stock up, then you're never going to be having it run correctly. You pretty much have to fill the manifold, so that way the second that it's like, hey, I need another one, it's already got a supply there. Well, that's nice that it deletes it as a whole now. Now, we should be producing a decent amount of screws. Which will... Right now, I think we'll put this here. Do something like that. Just to get some screw production down. These ones we are going to be, because we're producing 100, 200, over 200 per level. We're going to fill that up real quick. Fortunately, not going to be able to run all of these. We're going to have to do 2. That'll be the difficult portion of making so many screws. Oh, this one should be out here, actually. Like so. This one is making 40. That'll put it at 140. So we'll be over our 120 as well. Oh, we're going to get some more plates here before we run out of them all. We don't have enough of a belt. We don't have enough belt speed to get these to all fill into one. Fortunately. However, we're close to being, well, not really close, but we have the ability to unlock steel soon. That'll give us that little bit of a bump. And get to recreate them all again. Alright, so we got 200 screws being pushed in right now per minute. That's not even half of it. We're gonna have to figure out a way here. So we'll have to do the same thing. There we go. Now it's just this guy. What we might have to do is just might have to just merge it for now. So we can get some belt speeds up. Oh, but I put those too close. We have the stacking. Yeah, we do. I think we'll have, let's put the, Get that coming up here. Then this guy here. Run it like so. And then we can run like that. I think this one only needed to be a 1. Yeah. We now have screw production. So 9.6 times 50, making 480 minutes. So almost a whole stack of screws per minute. That's not too bad. I think that's where we're gonna call her for today. We have created our rework for our basic iron production. We have an entire node dedicated just to iron rods, an entire pure node to just iron sheets, and an entire pure node dedicated to just screws. Long term, I don't know the effects on this. So in the Satisfactory-esque way, we may be right back in here again to tear it all down and do it again. That's how the cookie crumbles. But we were able to get our power shards researched. We were able to get our iron rework done. We're making pretty good progress to get the footwork done so that we can start our coal production without having to handcraft any resources. Thanks for watching episode 8. We'll see you in the next one where we get our modular frames, our rotors, and our smart plating all fed off of what we've done today.